4, 3, 2, 1, march. Level up, 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 level up.
We are celebrating the second annual DubC FirstGen Student Leadership Conference. So today, this podcast is about real stories, growth, challenges, and we have a panel of students here that will share their experiences. Before we get started, though, with our panel, I want to introduce or have two important people here on our campus introduce themselves. These two individuals are champions of FirstGen here at Wilmington College, and we really appreciate your time. So, President Corey, if you would please.
Absolutely. So, hi, everybody. Corey Cockrell, and I'm proud to serve as president of Wilmington College. And I'm proud to be here today to support our FirstGen students. I am married to a FirstGen student and an alum of Wilmington College. I have experience with supporting students who have gone through what it takes to be supported as a FirstGen student. And just to get us started, I wanted to share some fun facts about FirstGen students. So I have 10 fun facts about FirstGen. Fun fact number 1, more than half of all college students in the United States today are first generation. Did you know that? More than half. So national data show that roughly 54% of undergraduate students are first gen. So you're not alone if you're first gen, you're in good company. Fun fact number 2, there are more than 8 million first gen undergraduates enrolled right now in the United States. That is a population larger than some states. So tremendous numbers of first gen students. Fun fact number 3, at many Ohio institutions, that number looks like 1 in 4 or 1 in 3. At Wilmington College, that is 40%. 40% of the students at Wilmington College are first gen. So if you are too, you're in good company. Fun fact number 4, I love this one. First generation students are more likely to complete the FAFSA than their continuing generation peers. So nationally, 72% of first gen students file the FAFSA. That's the application for financial aid, compared to 58 to 60% of students whose parents hold a bachelor's degree. So you are first in line to get a hold of financial aid. Fun fact number 5, first gen students are more likely to work while they're in college. So I see lots of heads shaking. About 70% of first gen students are employed while they are enrolled in college, compared to roughly 62% of continuing generation students. Fun fact number 6, first gen students make up a significant share of campus leaders. And that is no surprise to you. I see lots of campus leaders in the room. They serve as resident assistants, team captains, and the like, peer mentors. So you all are contributing more hours in leadership at rates comparable to your peers. Fun fact number 7, first gen students often become the college translator in their families. You are paving the way. You are setting the tone, and then you're bringing back that information to your families and to your friends. So they know what's happening. So you are the ones who are kind of setting the tone for them and helping translate that information so that they can understand those complex systems. Fun fact number 8, when a first gen student earns a degree, the likelihood of younger siblings attending increases significantly. So not only are you paving paths for friends and peers, you're doing the same for siblings. So you are truly having a ripple effect in your family. Fun fact number 9, the number of first gen students earning master's degrees has steadily increased over the past 2 decades as access to graduate programs expands. So that's interesting. And finally, fun fact number 10, and I love this one, and you'll know why. First gen students frequently report a strong sense of purpose behind why they're in college. They're more likely to cite family advancement and long-term opportunity as motivations for why they go to college. So I just wanted to kick off this wonderful event with some fun facts about first generation college students, who you are, what motivates you, and why you're on this amazing pathway. And I want to say thanks to all the student leaders for being here and all of the leadership for putting this wonderful event together.
Thank you. Well, thank you, President Corey. Good afternoon. My name is Sigrid Solomon, and I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students here. And I was a first generation college student, or I am a first generation college student. So, woohoo! So this is a time to celebrate all of your accomplishments, but it's also a time for a call to action, right? There are so many things that we can call to action if we look at kind of what we do and how you make an impact here on our campus. All of this, like Corey said, is driven by purpose, which is one of our many things that we look forward to here at Wilmington College. It's about community. It's about developing the whole person. It's about service and integrity. And today, again, it's about how do you show up? How do you level up? And what does that mean for each of us? It means something very different. So leveling up is not just about academic achievement. It could be very easy to think about it in that sense, but it's so much more than that. It's about growth. It is also about using your voice, embracing some differences, embracing those challenges, and pushing forward, even when you don't see the path that is very clear, right? So, from so many first generation college students, the journey to this moment, navigating spaces, you do it without a roadmap. Sometimes it feels like you're doing it with blinders on, but realizing that you have advocates here on campus that are helping you to forge through and make your way through those moments of uncertainty. And you are here, right? You belong here in this space here at Wilmington College or anywhere else. You are powerful, and we appreciate all of the accomplishments and everything that you have to offer. Just take this moment to think, what does leveling up mean to me? And just sit with that for a moment. And because it's no mistake that you are first generation students, some people might look at that as, oh, well, poor thing, that's a limitation. But no, absolutely not. It's not a limitation. It's a strength. And use it as your superpower. Because as President Corey said, first generation college students, and when she gave her top 10, oftentimes you're resilient, you're adaptable, you know how to navigate these tough challenges, and you bring others along with you. So that's pretty awesome. This symposium is about reflecting on some of those opportunities and how you're connecting with each other and how you're going to share your stories so that you can build each other up and come across the finish line and do it in such a great way. This is not the beginning. This is not the end, but it's a journey that we're helping each other through. And so what matters is not just that we finish, but that we do it knowing that we are, one, using our voice, using our full capacity to make an impact here on campus and in our larger community. And to our staff and faculty, thank you for your commitment of, like Nancy McCormick says, walking alongside our students and doing that with respect and grace. So thank you for that. And to our students, our first year students, and all of our other students that might not be first gen, your story here matters. You matter. And again, you belong here. Your presence here is not by chance, like President Corey said, it's by purpose. And so with that, we want you to keep growing. We want you to keep thriving. And we want you to keep leveling up. And again, to Toysey and everybody in Student Success and the First Gen Committee, thank you for such an awesome program. And welcome to the symposium.
Thank you, President Corey and Sigrid. Thank you so much for your continued support, champion our students. We really do have great administrators and leadership here. And so just from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. Now, before they leave, President Corey, we did not forget about you and that lovely, you see this beautiful shirt that Sigrid has on. We want to, Matthew, you want to come up here and help me? Go ahead, DubC FirstGen, you got your shirt here. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Aww. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Students, wonderful. Could you please tell us, let's do some quick introductions, who you are, your name, your major, and what year you are?
My name is Matthew. I am a senior, and my major is agriculture agronomy.
My name is Madison Curtis, and I am a criminal justice and psychology dual major with a minor in sociology, and I am a senior here at Wilmington College.
I'm Jalen Jordan. I'm a freshman here at Wilmington College, and my major is sports management, as well as coaching and business minors.
My name is Kayla Jackson. I am a senior and I am majoring in exercise science.
First question. We know President Corey talked a little bit about leveling up, so did Sigrid, but we know leveling up has different definitions, right? Growth, resilience. What does leveling up mean to you?
A good question, Choice. To me, I feel like leveling up is showing up every day. Even when I don't feel like it, showing up, even if there are other things happening to trying to make sure that I fit in some of the important things in the way too. I think in few words that is what leveling up is.
To me, leveling up means pushing forward and striving to be the best version of yourself, but also just continuing the journey that you're on and taking that to the next level. There's always something to be learned. There's always a new skill to acquire in life. And leveling up to me is just continuing working towards that new skill and seeing what life has in store for you at the next level beyond what you know now.
To me, leveling up, we've been saying this a lot around the football team, and it means closing the gap. So looking in the mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, understanding where you are now and where you want to be, and how can you close that gap every day. And a lot of times that looks like a lot of hard, uncomfortable decisions every day. Like Matthew said, like the days that you don't want to show up are often the days that are most important. So I think that's really what leveling up is to me.
Leveling up to me just means doing things that you didn't think were possible, doing things outside of your comfort zone, going further than you thought you could in life.
Now, seniors, a special one for you. What does leveling up for the future look like?
To me, leveling up for the future is, like I just said, kind of doing things I didn't think were possible or somewhat out of my reach. So for me, going to graduate school would be one thing. Living on my own for the first time outside of undergrad, living off campus in my own place, and just doing things that reaching my goals basically of becoming a businesswoman and having my own name.
So for me, leveling up also looks a little bit like grad school. And I think I can speak for all of us here when I say this is something we haven't seen our parents do or our parental figures do. So for me, leveling up as a senior is taking that next step. I took this next step for my family now, and I'm going to take it even farther by pursuing grad school. And that's going to be a new experience for me. And it's going to be a new journey for me. That's going to bring me all kinds of new opportunities I'm excited to look into.
Yes. Matthew.
For me, leveling up after after undergrad, I think it's continuing to do the things that I love. Continuing to look good. Was a love that.
Okay.
And just continuing to be a great person, to be humble, and to be kind to other people. I think that's leveling up to me, and that's leveling up to me today, tomorrow. I think every single time, that's always leveling up, being kind and being humble.
Thank you. So let's transition a little bit to college and discovery, right? We all know that college is more than just doing homework and assignments and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's just a journey. It is a journey of self discovery. So, what does college or what is college teaching you right now? What is it teaching you right now?
Okay. For me, I think college is teaching me a lot of things, and one of the things that it's teaching me is community. The importance of community, for that matter. I feel like here at Wilmington College, one of our core values is community, and it's one of the core values that is really emphasized in many ways. As you can see right here, not everyone in this room is first gen, but a lot of people came through to come and support, and that's community, and that's the power of community, showing up for other people, and I feel like that's one of the main things that I'm being taught here at Wilmington College.
For me, it's also community, but a lot of my college journey has been self-discovery. I've learned a lot about myself being here. I've learned about a lot of things that I value and how I can grow as a person. I've learned to be myself and find my group of people that accept me for being myself. And then also, I found those groups of individuals that support me to be myself. And through that, I have had all kinds of new opportunities and new encounters that I would have never imagined myself being involved in today. And through those experiences, I've learned a lot about kindness and, being a good friend, but also holding yourself accountable and having confidence in yourself and all of those other values that we don't think about until we really have the opportunity to reflect on them.
I like that. I like that a lot. First, I wanted to second off of what Matthew said. Just community, like you said, not all of us here are first gen. I personally am not first gen, but I have a lot of friends who are, and I understand the struggle and or not the struggle, but just the extra burden and the extra weight that you get to carry and shoulder and show to other people. Because that is such an inspirational thing, being able to break those boundaries, break those barriers. But as for me, one thing that college has been teaching me is that it's important to say no. It's important to understand what's for you and what's not for you. And it's very important to, all right, here's my goals, here's my priorities, and here's things that don't fall into those priorities. And understanding the people who are pushing me towards where I want to go. And that's really what I've been learning.
For me, Wilmington has shown me kind of what Madison said, but like self discovery, finding myself. Like, I didn't think I would be able to do or would want to do half the things that I am doing. And it's showing me how outgoing I could be, how open I am to new things, and how willing I am to do new things, even if it's not something I may want to do at first, that somebody has to push me towards. Then, like, I do it, and somehow I still find the enjoyment of the involvement, activity, or whatever it may be.
Wonderful. That's powerful. Now, I can't remember who spoke this, but even President Corey kind of mentioned this. We talk about our journey, and the journeys aren't always easy for any college student, but also for first generation students, right? So think about something that was very overwhelming in your life during their college experience. And some of those moments really make us who we are today. So, with that, was there ever a time that you almost gave up, but what kept you going?
For me, it was numerous times where I almost gave up. I'll say each semester is so different, so it kind of brings its own obstacles. So it was certain times in like each semester where I may have had a hardship and almost wanted to give up and leave. But what what mainly kept me going was my mom. I would always calm her. She was my top person. She still is. That's my first person I go to for everything. So she would kind of calm me down and tell me I do have options. I do have people here. I'm not alone in doing stuff. So just being able to get out and find other people who may have went through the same things, or maybe somebody I could talk to in those situations, or that could help me surpass those situations, was really just the most help. But also having an outlet, something to do other than staying in my room or just dealing with homework, something that made me happy, something that I had the freedom, whether no matter what it was, to do.
The first thing that came to mind when I thought about a moment that I was thinking about giving up was a funny story. It was in the first month that I was here on campus. We were in the middle of fall camp and orientation and stuff. And I remember it was a long day. I came back after a long day and my roommate was asleep. And I came back and I was like, wow, it smells really good in my room. And there was detergent all over my floor because our entire Tide detergent spilled all over our tile floor. And so me, the college student that I am, cleaned it up with all my bath towels and then washed said bath towels in the washer. And so later when I came back, there was a giant soap explosion in the washing room. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. So I just remember vividly sitting outside the bench of our dorms, and I just had my face in my palms. I called my dad, and like Tiny said, like, he's really always had my back. My parents really have always supported me. And he was like, look, it was just a hard day. Like, there's a lot ahead of you. Like,
Yeah.
you just got to keep moving forward. And I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I think it's common for college students to show up their first year and not necessarily know what they want to do with their college experience or know which direction they want to go like towards with their career. But it's often forgot about that there are those students that do have everything planned out and they show up and this is exactly what they want to do and they know exactly how they need to get there. And then they run into those challenges or them difficulties or them setbacks that make them question exactly like what they want to do with life, they're like, okay, well, I thought I had this figured out. Well, maybe I don't. And that was a challenge that I ran into. I came into this knowing exactly what I wanted to do with my career and exactly how I needed to get there. And then I reached a moment where I had to sit back and just kind of reflect on it because what I thought I wanted to do wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do long term after looking into it farther. And fortunately, the criminal justice faculty and the psychology faculty are all very wonderful people, and they have been there for me through every step of the way. I've had professors who have helped me with grad school applications and had one on one conversations with me. And that's not something you'll find at every institution and every college. And for me, that was a big turning point for me because I sat back and I thought, well, if these people believe in me, then I need to believe in myself. So even though I came into this thinking I knew what I wanted to do, it's okay to change that and it's okay to explore a different path because these people are telling me that I have the talent to do whatever I set my heart out to do. And they're here to support me. So I need to support myself in a sense and, just keep persevering.
For me, giving up has never been an option, really. I don't think there's ever been a moment where I've wanted to give up in my life. I feel like I always try to find a way to navigate and always try to find the support that I can get. And also, being a first gen son and brother and student, I have a lot of people looking up to me, my sisters. I have two sisters. Whenever they're trying to make a decision, they're always coming to me. So giving up uh, has never been an option. I've never considered giving up when it comes to school and stuff. I think I always try to navigate, and mostly I do it for me and I do it for my sisters.
Let's talk about success. Success can look different for everybody, and it also can look different depending on the journey that you're in, right? So think back. For you seniors, you think back your freshman year. For those freshmen, think about before you got here, right? Before you got to Wilmington. What does success mean to you today than it did when you first came to Wilmington?
Good. I think, yeah. Okay. I think for me, the definition of success haven't changed. I think it's still the same definition that I had when I was in high school.
Mm,
It's just doing the things that I love, and when I do them with everything that I've got.
mm,
I give my very best. I
mhm.
always try that I am outstanding when it comes to the things that I love. I feel like that's what success is to me. No matter how small something might look, I feel like no matter how small it might look to other people, um, when I love it, I have to give it every single atom uh, within me,
Mm,
to give it my very best,
mhm.
uh, you know, just making sure that, perfected in a way, you know. So
Mm.
that's what success is to me.
So if you would have asked me what success looks like to me my freshman year, I would have told you the most generic answer you've ever heard, and that would be straight A's and good grades and perfect exam scores. But as I've matured throughout my college journey, I've learned that it goes way beyond that as
Mm.
far as success goes, because success can take many forms that we don't often think about. For example, like trying a sport that you've never tried and making the team, that's success. Or
That's right.
trying out a new student organization and gaining a leadership position in it, that's success. There's all kinds of
Mhm.
forms of success that you can find throughout your college journey, and it goes way deeper than just your academics. And for me, I've been fortunate to find that success in different things, whether that have been a sport or a student organization, and just to be able to reflect back on that and say, I did that or I made those connections. And now
Mm.
it's got me to this point in my life that's brought me all these new opportunities. That's the definition of success in my eyes.
I will say I'm not as old as everybody here. Y'all all really old seniors, but I'm a freshman still. But I will say I think my definition of success has changed in even just like the first semester and a half that I've been here. If you would have asked me when I first got here, I would have probably told you everything. Like I wanted everything to happen all at once. I wanted the on-campus involvement. I wanted the football stardom. I wanted the grades, all of it, the friendships, and the
Mhm.
being set up for everything. And I think the more I've kinda grown here, the more I realize that the real win is just the showing up every day, like Matthew said, like, the real win is just knowing that you got better today, 1% at a time, and understanding that I don't have to look at the big picture all the time, and understanding that if I'm making progress, every day, then I'm ultimately headed towards where I wanna go.
Success to me would kind of be the equivalent of leveling up, doing things that you didn't think you could do, achieving your goals to the maximum amount, being able to successfully say that you achieved something and that you are okay with it and being able to be happy with yourself.
So as we get ready to close, because we want to give time for our audience to ask questions, we're going to pass the mic again. So think about this. As we close, we want to leave our college students and first gen students any words of wisdom that you can leave. So complete this sentence. Dear first gen student or college student coming behind me, complete the sentence.
Dear first gen student or college student coming behind me, do things outside of the box, outside of what you think you can.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to meet new people and go out and experience life.
Dear first gen college student or college student coming behind me, I think you should just strive to be yourself. Strive to be yourself every day. In a world where people all want to be the same, work to be yourself. And a lot of times that is painful and hurtful. And there's a lot of suffering and long suffering involved. But ultimately, understanding who you are and where that can take you in your life is honestly the biggest piece of advice that I could give.
Dear first gen college student coming behind me, do not fear the consequences of the word yes. Always try new things. Don't be scared of what people have to say about you because they're not focusing on you. They're not judging you. They're not all the things that you're thinking about in your head. If you let the fear of yes keep you from living your best life in college, you will miss out on so many cool opportunities and so many friendships that you don't expect to encounter along.
Okay, to you, whoever you are, I would say continue doing what everyone, these three people just said. Continue doing that and try to do that. And in addition to that, I would say also continue showing up every day and continue being great, being kind, being humble, showing love to everyone.
Remember that you belong because that sentence.
Oh, because you're an amazing person.
Remember that you belong because out there on this campus somewhere, there's somebody that wants to know you, and there's somebody that is in the exact same boat you are, even if they don't publicly disclose that. There's also people out there that are just like you, and you may not know it yet. So just remember to go out and talk to those people and get to know these people.
I would say you belong because God made you for a purpose, and your job is just to go find that purpose.
I would say because you are you and nobody else can be you. And like Jalen said, God created you for a purpose. So don't be anybody else but yourself.
Beautiful. Powerful. So before I let you go, we do want to give the audience an opportunity to ask questions. But let me just say, I am so proud of all of you, your courage, your honesty, your words of wisdom to other students. I mean, it really makes a big difference. When we do things like this, other students need to they see themselves in you. And so I really appreciate you having the courage to sit up here. So let's give them a hand before we ask questions.
Okay, I wanted to ask, what was the most confusing or like hardest obstacle you had to overcome getting into college, like the experiences you didn't expect, and what did that teach you?
I would say the most confusing thing for me, or something I didn't really expect, would be right before I came to college, the FAFSA. I've never done anything like that before. I was confused. I didn't even know I had to do that. I'm gonna be honest, because my parents went to college, but that was like, a while ago. So like they didn't really tell me anything. They was just like, you like the school? Okay, apply, yada yada yada. I didn't know I had to personally put in my information. I just thought that was a parent situation. I didn't know it had to be in on time, like at a certain time. So I was rushing because I think I had like a week before I had to turn it in. And I was like, I'm not going to go to this school. Like, this is a lot of money. Like, I'm not, I don't know what to do. Like, help me, somebody. So I would say that was like the biggest thing.
That's not the route I thought you were going to take. I would say the most confusing thing that I went through it so far in college was probably just all of first semester, honestly. I would say just the first like 2 months that I was on campus was just uncomfortable because everything was so new. I hadn't really plugged in with the group yet. And it was just kind of picking myself up every day. And because it just wasn't home yet. Home was back home where I'm from. And just slowly watching that become home has been good.
So I have two things that come to mind. The first one is my experience was a little bit different than a couple people here because I came in as a transfer student from Southern State Community College. And I also commute, so that also adds on to it as well. But Southern State was very small and close knit. Like classroom sizes looked to be about 5 to 6 people. And then when I showed up to college here, and the class sizes were more like 22 to 30 students. And not only that, but there was student organizations and clubs and sports to be involved in. Those were all new experiences that I didn't have at my community college. So it was tough kind of figuring out how this is going to work, and am I going to be able to balance both this like extracurricular life and my academics and all this other stuff. And then also on top of that, my parents never went to college either, so I've ran into this issue with my grad school program, that I did not know that grad schools work the way they do and the application process looks the way they do. And I know, like, I'm a person that heavily relies on her parents to give her advice sometimes, and when you go to your parents and they're like, well, I have no idea. I've never went through this. I've never witnessed it. It's very challenging to figure out how you're going to go about something that you can't reach out to your parents for at this point. So that's very difficult to like encounter and also try to figure out a solution to.
So for me, the difficult thing that I faced, so I'm from Zimbabwe, and English is not my first language. And when I came to the US, I was just starting to learn how to speak English very well. Because back at home, I don't speak in English. Um, so, just trying to speak in English every single day, every single minute, every single second was just a difficult thing for me. I had to deal with that. And what it taught me was the importance of community. You know, I had to find people who could actually understand me. Um, People like Chip, good example, actually. Chip was one of the first people that I connected with when I got here. And, the importance of community, emphasizing that. That the language barrier that I faced was the most challenging thing for me. And what it taught me was the importance of community, that even when you're struggling with something, there's always people, there's always people who are going to come through for you. I mean, not everyone is going to, but there are always people, and it's important to keep that in mind, that, there are always people to count on. So that's.
Um, I'm not a first gen, but I just want to know, like, how far can you go? Like, how deep can you go to just keep leveling up, like, just doing good things that you want? Especially like for Matthew, who is a first gen, like he said he's doing it for his sisters. Like, so I want to know, like, how much are you willing to go, like, doing that?
Oh, the way. I think I level up every single day, and I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon, really. I think I will die leveling up. I think even at my deathbed, I will level up. Just, you know, just give my very best to the people who look up to me. So I feel like that's how far I'm willing to go with the leveling up. Yeah.
So do you see it coming the way that you want, or is somehow going the other way that you didn't?
No,
see?
it's actually coming the way that not necessarily the way that I want, but beyond the way that I want. God is doing an amazing thing with me in my life. He is doing his thing. I can tell you that. He has been great. If you see where I started and look at where I am today, I'm telling you, you will be surprised to see the things that he has done. He has gone above and beyond, what I expected. Sometimes when I sit down and look back to what have happened, where we came from, what we have done, I, I can't just, I can't have the words, but just, be amazed and, be grateful. Give 100% to the Lord, obviously.
I think for me, it's been ingrained in all of our brains since we were little that the sky's the limit. That's the phrase you hear. But if you really think about it, the sky is clearly not the limit, or the moon and the stars wouldn't exist. So that's something that I kind of reflect on, thinking, people say the sky's the limit. Well, the sky's not going to be the limit for me. Even if I have this goal in my mind, that's where I want to be, I'm going to take it a step farther. So yes, this is my goal, but I'm going to achieve something beyond that, because that's the goal and the expectation I have for myself. And that's just something I've always lived by. So yeah, set your goal, but prepare to achieve farther than that.
That was some bars. uh, I agree with them. I don't think it does stop. And I really think that when you have that passion for what you do and the life that you're living, then you don't really want to stop. And I think it takes time to build the life that you don't want to stop working at, but it really comes with focusing on the right things and focusing on the process every day. And I like that he said, I'm going to be getting better on my deathbed.
Yeah, I mean, they really said it all. Even on your bad days, like you still gotta get up, get better, do good things. Like it's never a day where you could just stop and say, "No, I'm not gonna get better." No, that's not well, at least for me, that's not an option. I'm get up and do something. Oh, yeah, but it's no real limit to anything. Like once you put your mind to it and you really are focused on it and that's something you want to achieve, it's nothing stopping you but yourself. And if you let yourself stop you, then that's like you giving up on yourself. So ain't no reason to do that.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you again for your candor, your transparency, your honesty, sharing your stories. Again, I am so proud of you all. You all are gems to Wilmington College. At this time, we're going to go ahead and end our program because we have the mixer to go to. As a reminder, we have a couple giveaways. We have DubC FirstGen has a scholarship that students had an essay contest, and so that winner will be announced during the mixer. So we all want you to come over, transition over there so we can announce the winner. But again, thank you. Let's give them a hand. Really appreciate you. And that's it. Thanks.